Building with Papa. Okay, we're about to make some faux beams, and I have this clear pine. The crown is in this direction, so I snap a line from point to point, and this is where I want to cut it off. So I set up my saw, and I'm setting it up for 45.5 degrees. Gives me a little play when I'm trying to do the miters. The track with this saw is nice. It's over 8 feet, so I only have to move it once to do a miter on 15 feet or even 16 feet, but these happen to be 15 feet. All right, well, these are the bottoms of the beams, so I've got to cut the 45 on each side of this bottom beam, so I want to do all of them first. These are the tedious points of doing these beams, but it's very important to get this nice and straight and a nice clean cut. I picked up this saw and it works really well. I'm very happy with it. Now I'm making the blocks that go inside. So I first made a template, and then I'm making each one exactly the same. And again, this is the tedious stuff. You got to prepare it all before you start folding these beams. And yes, I said folding them. So now I have all the 45s done, and I lay them down and slide them together, and I use a strapping tape. I run the tape down. My grandson's helping me. He helps keep everything nice and tight while I'm putting down the tape, and the tape keeps it in place. You cut them a little long so that it's easier to take them off, but this tape is very strong, and I like it a lot. It's better than a regular packing tape. And I'm running them across to help keep them together. This makes the job of folding them up a lot easier. And again, leaving them long so that it's easier to pull them off, because this tape really does stick. Well, you slide it over, fold it down, and then fold the top in. It snaps into place, and now you open it back up, and here's where you apply the glue. I'm putting the glue in, my grandson's spreading it. This way we get it everywhere. It makes good connection. And once this glue dries, this glue makes it is stronger than the wood. It really works well. So get it spread out pretty good. You don't want to overdo it. This looked like it was going to be overdone, but it really wasn't. I was surprised. I thought it was going to flood out, and it didn't. It was really good. So now we finish putting out all the glue. Once we get all the glue in and spread out, then we're going to fold it in again and make the beam. This part is very satisfying. It worked out really nice. We're working on these today, trying to get them done so that they'll dry over the weekend. Once this glue dries, this stuff is really, really strong. All right, now, instead of using a bunch of clamps, I put this tape on. It helps hold it in place for us to put the blocking in. And if we need any clamps, we can put them on where we need them. My grandson's gluing the blocks so that I can put them in. I'm just eyeballing on how far apart to put them. It's no specific place. This just helps hold the the wood in place in a nice, and keeps the beam pretty rigid. Like I said, I want this to dry over the weekend so that Monday we're going to start installing these beams. Right now this video is just on how to do these miters, and the strapping tape really works very, very well. As I'm running through, I'm having to tighten up the tape, but again, it holds it in place. I'm very happy with it. Now we're going to flip this back over, and while the glue is still fresh and wet, we're going to burnish the corners. My grandson's using the screwdriver with a round, so it's a round object, and it helps fold the miters down into place. You put some pressure on and you run it back and forth and try to close up anything that may have be a little open. But this beam really came out really nice. Well, you let it set for a couple of hours, and now I'm pulling off the tape, and he's going to run through there and sand it. We're using a 120 grit and trying to get all the glue off, and there may be some imperfections, but when you're sanding it and the glue's still wet like that, the sawdust closes it up really nice. But these beams came out very, very, very nice. I'm very pleased with them, and we're just about done for the day. Just checking them out, sanding them in place. Some of the tape stuck in this area, and we're trying to get it off, but look at these corners. I mean, they came out absolutely beautiful. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Building with Papa. See you on the next one.